Welcome back to the channel, guys. All eyes were on the Fantastic Beasts, The Secrets of Dumbledore trailer a few weeks ago, and every other comment I got was, where is Tina? Where is Nagini? So I think it's about time I made a video clearing this all up. But before we begin, if you're into Fantastic Beasts, Harry Potter, anything to do with the Wizarding World, subscribe for more videos. I will be covering all the Fantastic Beasts free news, all the big stuff, theory, speculation. You don't want to miss it. So yeah, where is Tina? Where is Tina Goldstein? Where is Nagini? Well, in case you didn't know, they're not in the trailer. And I'll make this clear from the very beginning. I don't think Nagini is in this film at all. And Tina only has a couple scenes. I've heard it's 2 right now, which is kind of crazy, because she is one of the 4 main characters from the first 2 films. So how could this happen? Has the character of Tina been cut? Did Katherine Waterston really piss off J.K. Rowling and her character's role has been reduced? Or could she not film because of lockdown restrictions? Well, believe it or not, there's not an official reason, but I'll do my best to clear it up because this is becoming a big deal. And it shows us how popular Tina is as a character. I will talk about Nagini as well, as her inclusion in the second film left us with so many questions. But for now, we'll talk about Tina first. Like I said, every other comment in the trailer video was asking about her. And some people were trying to argue that she's actually in the trailer. She's at Hogwarts in the Great Hall behind Dumbledore. But that is definitely 100% Professor McGonagall. It's definitely the same actress from the second film who played McGonagall. And if it was Tina, she wouldn't be lurking in the background. She'd be up front and centre alongside Newt. And then there's also this popular theory going about that Tina is using Polyjuice Potion, and Bunty, who is Newt's assistant, is actually Tina using Polyjuice. And I don't like this one bit. There's no denying though that Bunty's role has been expanded because of Tina's absence. And you can also say the same for Professor Lally Hicks. But I don't think Tina is using Polyjuice Potion. I don't think that's right. Kinda feel it's a bit disrespectful to the character of Bunty. And I think there will be an in-universe explanation to why Tina isn't really involved in this film. And this is all my theories and speculation, nothing official. But I think Tina is in her home in America. She's back working for MACUSA as an Auror. That's the Magical Congress of the United States of America, which is basically the American Ministry of Magic, located in New York. We visited that in the first film. But after the dealings in Paris during the second film, it's likely MACUSA doesn't want Tina, or anyone else associated or employed, getting involved in anything to do with Grindelwald and his politics. Go back to the Paris rally, when Grindelwald's followers left with a message that he was not the one, nor his followers. They were not violent. It was the Aurors. They were the murderers. The followers left before Grindelwald done anything violent. So basically, Grindelwald is a hero now, to many people. And we know the main plot of this film is going to be Grindelwald trying to get elected as the Supreme Mugwump, the head of the International Confederation of Wizards, which is basically the UN of the Wizarding World. And with this new position, Grindelwald would have the power, popularity, and authority to start his war against the Muggles. Remember guys, the first film is set in 1926, the second one in 1927, and the third one is sometime in the 1930s. So a lot can change in at least 3 years. So guys, after Paris, I don't think MACUSA wants anyone associated or employed getting involved. And that includes Tina, because it's a very messy political situation. And remember, they were the ones that held Grindelwald, supposedly tortured him for months. They want to do as much damage control as possible. So Tina could be stuck in New York, unable to travel, just like Newt was in the second film. But unlike Newt, Tina might not want to break these rules. She's just got her job back, and her mission to find Credence in Paris might be her last chance. If she does anything else, that's her done. Her career would be over. And even if she wanted to get involved, she might not be able to travel. MACUSA might have eyes on her all the time. But at the same time, would that really stop her? Because we got to remember what Tina really wants, why she would get involved. It's all about her sister Queenie. Would Tina really leave her sister behind? Because remember, in film 2, Queenie joined Grindelwald, and Tina must be heartbroken. And I think it's totally in her character, as a big sister, as the protector, as the guardian of Queenie, to go and get her sister back. But maybe she feels she can't do anything. But like I said, would that even stop her? It's family. You do everything for your family. But yeah, guys, honestly, we can only speculate. And this is all this is. This is not any concrete evidence. This is just me speculating. We know that Fantastic Beasts: The Secrets of Dumbledore did go through some heavy rewrites in a bid to rediscover the magic of Harry Potter. They wanted this film to feel more like the tone of the Harry Potter films, with a dash of politics and the Fantastic Beasts. So basically, more Albus Dumbledore, more Hogwarts, and less aspects that the fans didn't love from Fantastic Beasts 1 and 2. But I don't think Tina was one of them. This trailer has shown that we love her as a character. Countless comments asking where she is. So I don't think they would cut out her character. And they can't, because she's too heavily involved now. And we know eventually Tina will marry Newt Scamander. They'll have kids, and they'll live together in the United Kingdom. So guys, don't worry, Tina will be back. But for this film, she will have a reduced role. And some people have argued that the reason might be towards the pandemic. We know filming was meant to start in March 2020, but obviously that did not happen. Eventually they started up in September 2020, and I believe they finished late February, early March 2021. But they had so many restrictions and safety measures in place. So it probably wasn't the most enjoyable time to film, but they made it work. And there's been so much talk about Katherine Waterston not being able to film during these months. But like I did say, she has at least 2 scenes that I know about. But sorry to say guys, that could be it. I am sure Katherine does live in the UK, so foreign travel mustn't have been the issue. She would have been allowed to travel inside the UK to work, but perhaps she couldn't or didn't want to. But guys, really, I don't want to speculate on her personal life or her health, as I don't think that's right. But obviously, we have to address the elephant in the room. Katherine Waterston commenting on the J.K. Rowling issue, which I know most of you guys know about. And many people are saying that Katherine Waterston speaking out and having a different view than J.K. Rowling means that she was punished and her role was reduced. And honestly, I can't say for definite whether that's true or not, but I doubt it, because it would be such a crappy thing to do to Katherine, because it's not like she said anything wrong. But I don't know the situation, I just hope that's not the reason. Because Katherine Waterston is a brilliant addition to this series. Tina is one of the best characters. I love the dynamic from the first one between her and Newt, Jacob and Queenie. They just work together. And Tina is so important to this story. Newt Scamander is the main character. It's Fantastic Beasts after all. No matter how much it goes down the Dumbledore rabbit hole, it's Fantastic Beasts and Newt Scamander is the main character. And Tina is a massive part of his life. She's just too important for this story. But I think I'll leave it at that because we could speculate all day and we don't know the real reason. But let's talk about Nagini now. Well, at the end of Crimes of Grindelwald, Credence abandoned Nagini and sided with Grindelwald. Nagini went to Hogwarts with Newt Scamander, but with the loss of her only friend in the whole world, and her blood curse slowly consuming her, what's left for her? Remember, Nagini is a maledictus. She has been blood cursed and eventually will be transformed into a beast permanently. There is no cure, that is her fate. She's able to transform into a snake and back into a human at will, but eventually she'll be stuck as a snake. The very same snake that will one day become one of Voldemort's Horcruxes. But the question is, will Nagini be back for Fantastic Beasts 3 in her human or permanent snake form? I don't think so, or at least I don't think Claudia Kim, the actress, will be here. We all know, but one of the biggest complaints for Crimes of Grindelwald was the far too many subplots. The third film, however, will be much tighter, with less happening on the side. So I think, unfortunately, Nagini will not make it this time. But she will definitely be back, because the Nagini twist was a big deal and it was heavily promoted. And eventually, in Fantastic Beasts 4 and 5, we will sync up with the time that Tom Riddle is at Hogwarts. But at the same time, Nagini does not get turned into Horcrux until 1994, before the Goblet of Fire book. So that's way off. And we don't know if Nagini met Tom Riddle before this. But because of her inclusion in the series, it's likely they'll bump into each other at some point. They have to. Otherwise, what was the point? Unless it was just some pathetic fan service. There has to be a payoff. But I don't think it's going to be part of this film. I think they're saving Nagini for film 4 or film 5. Like, not every plotline has to be included in this film. And that was one of the strengths of the Harry Potter series. It had the ability to bring in characters and plots in one book and then hold them off until later on. It didn't have to resolve them there and then or the very next book. It could save them for later on, let it build up, pick up pace, and then there was the payoff. I don't think Nagini will be in this film, but she has to come back at some point. Not sure if Claudia Kim will reprise the role, or we're going to get the full-on CGI snake that we all know. And also, I don't know if Nagini will be part of the Credence story, because I've got a feeling Credence might not make it out of this film. It's possible Fantastic Beasts 3: The Secrets of Dumbledore might end the Aurelius Dumbledore Credence Barebones storyline here, and then film 4 and 5 moves on to the wider political scale and the battle between Dumbledore and Grindelwald. And I know it kind of seems sad that you wouldn't have Credence and Nagini together, because their relationship was kind of neat in the second film. They were both outsiders, both neglected, both saw themselves as monsters. But at the same time, Nagini was just not given the development. She had hardly any screen time and hardly any lines. They could have done better with the character. Perhaps they could have saved her for later on. Because like I said, the second film had too many subplots. But of course, we will have to wait and see what happens. This is all theory and speculation from my end. But for now, guys, make sure you post your thoughts on this. Where do you think Tina and Nagini are? Like I said, these are just my thoughts, nothing official, but I think I'm close. I think Tina won't have a large role in this film, but she will be back once America decides to get involved, or she decides that she's had enough and Newt and Queenie matter more than her career. And as for Nagini, she'll be back once Tom Riddle becomes a part of the story. Last time we saw Nagini was at Hogwarts, so perhaps once she gets turned into a beast, maybe she makes the Forbidden Forest her home, like many beasts have before. And perhaps one day during his school life, searching for dark magic, Tom Riddle stumbles upon her. But yeah, I think I've rambled enough, so make sure you subscribe for more Fantastic Beasts videos, and if you have any requests from the trailer, or any videos you want me to make, just let me know, whether it's to do with Dumbledore, Grindelwald, Newt Scamander, whatever. There's going to be a huge focus on Fantastic Beasts 3 between now and April when the film drops. We'll cover trailers, official releases, but also theories, speculation, and so much more. So subscribe to get all that stuff. Yeah guys, I think it's time to go, so thank you so much for watching. Subscribe for more videos, and I'll see you soon.